Hello, everybody. Just doing a little video, a little educational video on some general maintenance. I was getting ready to do some maintenance on my backpack blower, and I went to go do some research on it and realized that there was, no videos or anything about the topic. And so I decided, there's people like me all over out there looking for a quick little uh, instructional video so they have a basic idea what they're getting themselves into and how much time to prepare for such a task. I will tell you that this particular piece of equipment that I am going to be working on is the Dolmar PB-7601.4 or .4. That's the particular model. It is a 4-stroke backpack blower, which is pretty uncommon. Most of them are 2 strokes. 2 strokes meaning you have to mix the fuel with some oil. It's 2-cycle oil. So being that it is a 4-stroke, you're going to have to do an oil change as well. That is in my plan. So I'll give you a quick rundown as to what was going on. I had this thing for about 2 years. It's been an excellent backpack blower. I have about 3-acre property, and I have trees all over the place. And some of them are the Empress trees with big 24-inch leaves. When those hit the ground, they completely cover the ground, and they're very difficult to get up. But if you get them at a good time when they're dry, this backpack blower is more than sufficient to get the job done. So that's my little pitch about this blower. I like it being 4-stroke. That's why I purchased it, mainly because of the fact that I do have one gas can with mixed gas for my weed eater and chainsaws, but they all take the same ratio, whereas the backpack blower, I kind of struggled getting that same ratio, and I didn't want to have multiple gas cans laying around, so I just chose this one. That'll take straight gas and then oil on the side type. So just like your regular vehicle. The main reason for this instructional video is because, like I said earlier, I could not find any information on this particular brand, and also the fact that there's people are becoming more and more independent, and their upbringings did not get them into the shop with their father, mother, or whoever was the mechanic in the family. And so basic, maintenance is a skill that, some people don't have and don't possess. And this video, the main reason for it is just to, show people it's pretty easy to do. You just gotta get ready to get your hands dirty and have confidence, and this video's to help with that. Okay, so I was clearing my land with these leaves, and I noticed every time I hit the trigger, the motor of the backpack blower would start losing RPMs. It'd start bogging out, basically. So I knew somewhere in this vicinity, you got 3 different, or actually a couple more, multiple possibilities, but the main ones is your air filter is going to be plugged, or your spark plug is fouling out, or you have a fuel filter issue. Now, spark plug, some people, really easy to do. Some people are a little intimidated by changing out the spark plug. Air filter, some people don't even know where it's at, don't even know what it is. And the fuel filter is pretty much a mind boggler for some things, because some fuel filters are almost impossible to change, like in a vehicle. But some are extremely easy. And so that's why I went to good old YouTube and went to see if I could research where to find the fuel filter first, and then how to change it secondly, and I could not find anything. So I went ahead and did some more deep research and started tinkering around with this thing, and I figured it out. So I want to pass on the knowledge to you guys. So air filter, this is the air filter. It's just your common air filter for most small engines. Your lawnmowers will probably have this type of air filter, and your backpack blower, of course. So this is mine. This is what it looks mine, and I'll give you a quick tutorial on how to change that real fast. This is where the air filter is at. Right on top of this case, you just unscrew these, just like that. And this case pops off, just like that. And there is the new air filter. I already put it in, I already installed it, because this one was the one that was in there, and it was a little dirty, little screwed up. It wasn't like horrible, and I'm pretty sure that wasn't the reason why my thing was bogging out so bad. So, but being that I'm doing this tutorial, I decided to just go ahead and do everything. So got that changed, put the cap back on, screw down there the bolts. That took all of 5 minutes, right? Okay, so now the next thing is the fuel filter, right? So here's fuel filter is in this particular model. It's inside the gas tank. You got this gas cap here, and it's got this little anchor on it, so you can't pull it all the way out. It's for people like me who set things down and then totally forget where you put it, and then you're like constantly looking around trying to figure out where it's at. Well, they put this little anchor on this thing so the gas cap doesn't go missing, but it's really easy to take out. There's the little anchoring system. You take that out because it's a lot easier to change this fuel filter with that thing out than it is with it in. So now you have to come up with a handy dandy little device, a little hook device. I just used a little wire, put a little hook on it, because you need to go inside the tank with this hook and go fishing. All right, you're gonna go fishing, because if you look in there, I don't think I can get a good shot of it in there. I'm trying. I don't know if you can see it, but I guarantee you, if you take the cap off, it's in there. You can see it right away. But it's really difficult to get to. So you got to come up with this little hook. And so you just go in there with this little hook, go do a little fishing, and you want to pull this thing up, just like that. And there it is. That is your fuel filter right there. So now, I already changed it out. This was the old one. This is how dirty it was. So all that stuff on there is all debris that hangs out in your tank. You can buy gas all day long. You think it's going to be clean, but it necessarily isn't going to be clean. Or maybe some debris got in there as you're filling up the tank. Or whatever the reason, the gas in there is not always clean. And so this fuel filter, the obvious design for it is to filter the fuel, right? So gas gets sucked into this thing, and this little tip that's surrounded by the styrofoam, and then it filters it before it sends it out of this up the hose to your cylinders, right? So this is really easy to take off. And once you get it out, I guarantee you it's a no-brainer. It's a self-explanatory, but I'll show it to you. It's got a little keeper clip on it, on the hose. And so what you're going to do is you're going to pinch that keeper clip and keep your fingers below it, though. That's the key, because if you don't and you pinch that and loosen up that clip's going to want to slide down that hose, and it's going to bury itself in the bottom of that tank. And it's not going to be a game ender, but you're going to have to go fishing again. And that fish is a little harder to catch. So it'll turn a 5-minute job into like a 10-minute job. So you can just alleviate that by just keeping your fingers down below the clamp. You pinch the clamp, you push it down about maybe half an inch. It gets past that. I mean, you're only going past that little nipple right there. And as soon as you get it past that, that hose will pop right off that fuel filter. You stick the new one on, done deal. Once you get that in, put the clamp back on, and then when you put it back in there, you got to make sure that thing lays down in the bottom of the tank. Now, I didn't do that last time, and I went to go operate it, and it kept bogging out on me again. I was like, what the heck is going on? Well, my tank was getting empty, and the fuel filter was like above the level of the fuel. So That's why I was running out of gas, even though I had half a tank of gas. So now it's laying down. Take the cap, put it back on. Just that quick and easy, folks. You just change the fuel filter. Those two jobs right there probably would have cost you about $70 out of maintenance if you took it in to get it maintained. The parts, the filter, and both filters, maybe 12 bucks. Maybe. Depending on where you get it. I get it on Amazon. I think the whole setup was like $22 for air filter, fuel filter, and spark plug. So now, speaking of which, we're going to change out the spark plug too. Now this particular model, spark plug is underneath this cap, right? So you just sit there and work this cap loose. It slides open, and your spark plug is right down in there. I used a small ratchet with an extension and a 5/8 deep socket. These are all pretty good tools to have in this particular case. The deep socket, so you can go down the length of the spark plug. The extension, because I have fat fingers, I can't quite get in there to screw the socket, so I got this for an extension to be able to manipulate that a little better. And then I used a small handled ratchet because when you tighten these, you don't want to tighten them too tight. You just snug. If you tighten it too tight and you strip out the bolt, the threads on that head, you're in trouble. You know, that's a game ender right there. You're going to be all kinds. You have to take it in. You probably have to get it rethreaded. It's a fiasco. It's no fun. So you just want to do it nice and snug when you tighten it. When you loosen it, it should come fairly easy. I'm going to demonstrate it real quick for you. Even though I already changed this out. Just that quick and easy. And, you know, to unscrew it with your hands, you kind of wiggle it sometimes because being in the awkward position, it's going to kind of give you some resistance. But if it gives you too much resistance when you're tightening it to where you can't turn it with your hands, it's cross-threaded, and you don't want to continue, and you definitely don't want to use your ratchet to tighten it, because then you'll strip it out, and we don't want that. This thing just, a lot of times with these spark plug sockets, they'll have like a little rubber insert inside there. It's that hugs the spark plug as you're pulling it out so it doesn't fall like it just did. So now I got to see if I can get my fat fingers in there and rescue my spark plug before it disappears. Or you can get your handy dandy little grabber tool in there. Maybe. Grab this baby out of there. Okay, this particular one, it doesn't look too bad. I mean, if your spark plug is following, this whole tip will be just completely black. You won't see anything. It'll just be coated in carbon, and that causes that spark plug to foul, which will cause you to lose power in your, whether it's your lawnmower or your backpack blower or weed eater or whatever you're using with a spark plug. Okay, so quickly, there's your spark plug. That's what it looks like. I'm going to go ahead and put this one back in. I just put it back in the, actually, there I can take it and start it with my fingers to make sure I get the threads right. And it's just a couple, not even a couple turns. Just so you know it's on the thread. And then I'll use this and tighten it up a little more with my fingers until it stops. Like right about there. And then I'll go ahead and throw the ratchet on and gotta be just, pay attention to how tight it's gonna be, because once it's like right there, boom, stop. As soon as it stops like that, you just get a little tug in your finger, tighten it up, and you're done. You don't want to do it too tight, because then you're going to have, like I said, stripped out threads, and there's a problem. Just go ahead and replace the spark plug cap on top of the spark plug. Slide up your cover. Voila, you're done. That took me about 15 minutes. Mostly of it was excessively talking. If it was just you and you did this by yourself, you could probably get it done in 10. And you take it to a shop to get that done. They'll probably charge you about $75 and probably about a 2 or 3 week wait to get it done because they're backed up. So I'm trying to prevent that for you. If you ever have problems and you want to do this yourself, this is a quick and easy way to go. I will do the oil change on this on a different video, because most, like I said, most of the backpack blowers are going to be 2-stroke, and you're not going to need to do that. And so those of you who do want to see that, just go ahead and look for my name, and I will do another video on the oil change. If you have any suggestions on how to do this better, or you have any comments about how this is, this type of video is successful in your life, or you maybe you want to direct people to other videos that you've created, anything to help. That's all I'm looking for. I got some sisters who are single, and they are very actively doing their yard work, and every once in a while they'll come across something like this, and we'll sit and talk on the phone for hours trying to talk her through how to do basic maintenance. So I figured, you know what? I'm just going to do a video, and I'm going to try to show however, the basics, and hopefully we can educate to get everybody on the same, times are changing. People are becoming more independent, like I said, and they're going to want to do their own maintenance after they get done, mowing the grass or whatever, changing belts, so if you like this video and you think it's, worth watching more of, let me know, and throw in some comments about some suggestions of what things you do want to see. I think in the springtime I'm going to go ahead and do some belt changes on my riding mower. And I understand that riding mowers are a little different, but the basic common knowledge of it is about the same. So we will do something like that. So yeah, other than that, I hope you all enjoy it. And if you enjoyed it, like it on the bottom, comments, give us some suggestions. Take care. God bless.